Ladies and gentlemen, is there a motion to open the, not yet, public hearing?
Oh, that's first. Thank you. I need to
Is
read
there a
first.
motion to open the public hearing?
Motion.
Motion by Dunlap, is it supported? Supported by Lilly, roll call.
Eves. Yes. Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap. Yes. Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Yes. Marshall.
Absent.
All right, and roll call.
Eves. Present. Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap. Yes. Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Yes.
We have a quorum, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we will be having a public hearing. This is an ordinance pursuant to section 2-748 of the Code of Ordinances of the Village of Lynwood, which requires that the Board of Trustees, within the first quarter of each fiscal year, pass an annual appropriation bill appropriating the sum of money as may be deemed necessary to defray all necessary expenses and liabilities of the village. Citizens or members of the public may attend the hearing and provide oral and written comments and ask questions concerning the proposed appropriation ordinance. This was discussed at our last board meeting and will be voted on officially tonight. I will turn it over to Mrs. Swiderick.
Thank you, Mayor. Budget review, pretty much the fiscal year 2024 revenue budget totals $12,431,567, and the expenditure budget totals $12,105,523, which leaves a surplus of over $326,000. Revenue budget has increased by 1.8 million from last year due to higher estimations of state income tax, cannabis tax, and we have a new revenue line item called ambulance billing. Expenditure estimations have increased by $1.7 million from last year, mostly due to increases in vendor fees such as water and garbage rates. And that concludes my report.
Bless you. Are there any questions or comments? Seeing as there's none, is there a motion to close this public hearing?
Motion.
Motion by Dunlap, is it supported?
Supported.
Motion by Dunlap, supported by Eves, roll call.
Eves. Yes. Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap. Yes. Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Yes.
That motion carries. The public hearing is officially closed. I'll now ask you all to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. This meeting has officially been called to order. Roll call, please.
Eves. Present. Lilly.
Present.
Dunlap. Present. Blakey.
Present.
Clark. Yes. Present.
Thank you. Is there anyone here tonight that is interested in addressing the board? If so, you may step forward now. Can you state your name, please?
I'm Jerry Dalton. I live here in Alpine Village. I don't know if this should be talked about now or whatever, but I walk my dog, and people drive crazy through there. I went to the park, and I said, you need to put in speed bumps. Well, they said, that's up to you guys. So I was like, oh, really? I said, but they're going to say that this is a private property, and they should do it. That Alpine should do it, not Lynwood. So that's why I'm here, to straighten it out. Is that true?
That is private property.
Right. Is there any, well, they probably have to ask you, but if they ask you for my police to come more often through there, because I was walking my dog, and I'm just right on Zurich, right by the Route 30. I'm thinking I'm still on Route 30. You know? This guy, because the person in front of me was going too slow for him, and he was at the stop sign coming into the park, and he goes, and he coming towards me and my dog, and I ran up more onto the green, and I was like, and he spun around. I'm like, we got little bitty streets. We don't have swales, you know. We don't have grass between the street and the sidewalk, and our sidewalks are literally this big. So I want something, I don't want to get killed. My son will sue everybody if that happens, because somebody did not put in speed bumps. I said, there's speed bumps, you can remove them in the winter. Lynwood's doing that already. My girlfriend, I go by her house all the time. We have speed bumps there, and that's fine. Why can't we have them? That's my thing. What do you think else I can do?
So I will just briefly respond to you, and then we can chat some more at the end of the meeting, okay? One, I can share with you that the police department has standard patrols that happen throughout the course of each shift, but I'm sure Commander Weinberg is taking notes, and so we'll make sure that an extra patrol goes through there. And then also, when it comes to speed bumps, there's certain criteria that has to be met per ordinance, and one of the speed bumps to be placed down. It is private property, so we'd be happy to share that information with the management team over there, but it would be up to them.
We did have speed bumps before, but they took them out. And I was like, and the girl told me, oh, it ruined somebody's car. And I go, yeah, probably because they were speeding. So that's it?
Thank you. You got it, no problem. Stick around after the meeting, though, so we can talk some
Okay.
more, okay? Thank you, Ms. Dawson. Is there anyone else here that is interested in coming forward? All right. I am asking for a motion to table the minutes dated June 27, 2023.
Motion.
Motion by Dunlap, supported by Lilly. Roll call.
Eves. Yes. Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap. Yes. Blakey.
Yes.
Clark. Yes.
That motion carries. We'll now move on to our standing committee reports, beginning with Public Works. Trustee Dunlap.
Good evening, everybody. No report tonight, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Economic Development, Trustee Blakey.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. I just have a few things. If you all were with us at several meetings before, we communicated the fact that we entered into agreement with the organization called the Retail Coach, Aaron Farmer. We met Mr. Farmer at an Illinois Municipal League meeting, I think it was about a year to a year and a half ago now, and we saw some great benefit in associating ourselves and hiring Mr. Farmer to assist us to attract businesses to the village of Lynwood. Mr. Farmer has since gone to the International Council of Shopping Centers in Vegas. It's their annual conference that they have in Vegas. And from there, he was pitching Lynwood to a number of different businesses. There are at least 5 to 6 different restaurants that were interested in coming to the village of Lynwood, and some other retailers. We're going to follow up with a meeting with Mr. Farmer to see which ones we would be interested in based on the amount of space that we have and the businesses that we want to bring to the village. And when we do, we will be following up with the residents accordingly. The next thing I have is the Lynwood Chamber. They are having their Lunch and Learn, which is going to happen on July 25th. This is for all of the businesses in the village of Lynwood. It's going to be at the library at noon on July 25th. The assessor, the Cook County Assessor Fritz Kagi, will also be on hand to answer any questions that anybody may have about any business taxes and property taxes for businesses. And there's also going to be a cybersecurity presentation by Falcon Security. So if you are a business owner, or if you are just interested in either of those two items, that will be taking place at the library on July 25th at noon. And it's called the Lunch and Learn, and it's hosted by the Lynwood Chamber of Commerce. That's all I have for economic development. Mayor, may I move on to community affairs?
Yes.
Thank you very much. This coming Friday will be the first movie night, is scheduled to be the first movie night that's to happen in the village of Lynwood. The movie that is expected to be shown is Hamilton, the movie, the Broadway musical. This is going to be weather pending because there's supposed to be rain scheduled for today, tomorrow, through Friday. We're going to make a decision on Thursday afternoon as to whether or not this will take place, and we'll get that information out either on our website and or Facebook and other social media streams. This next school board meetings that are happening, Sand Ridge School Board meeting will be on July 20th at 7 p.m. at the Sand Ridge School, and then the Sunnybrook School Board meeting is going to happen on July 24th. Sand Ridge is on Thursday, July 20th, and Sunnybrook is on Monday, July 24th. And then just want to let everyone know about Lynwood Fest that's going to happen on August the 12th. We appreciated everyone's participation last year and hope to see everyone again this year. That's all I have for Community Affairs, Mayor.
Thank you, Trustee Blakey. Planning, go ahead, I'm sorry.
Will Lynwood Fest be at Southland or will it be back at Liberty?
Right now, it is scheduled to be at the Southland Center,
Okay.
which is located at 10 Southland Drive. And there's one piece that we're still trying to work out that may change it, but we're about 80% certain it's going to be at Southland.
Okay. All right, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, planning and zoning, Trustee Lilly.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, everyone. I have 4 items that I have to seek motions on.
This is for planning and zoning, Trustee
I'm
Lilly.
sorry, planning and zoning, I have no report. I'm sorry, Madam Mayor. May I move on to ordinances and resolutions?
Yes.
All right, thank you. My apologies. All right, the first item is, I'm seeking a motion on second read action taken, appropriation ordinance number 23-21, an ordinance pursuant to Section 2-74 of the Code of Ordinances of the Village, which requires that the Board of Trustees, within the first quarter of each fiscal year, pass an annual appropriation bill, appropriating the sum of money as may be deemed necessary to defray all necessary expenses and liabilities of the village. Citizens or members of the public may attend the hearing and provide oral and written comments and ask questions concerning the proposed ordinance.
There's a motion, is it supported?
Supported.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Eves. Council?
Yes, this is, as both the mayor and Mr. Lilly said, this is ordinance 23-21, as required by Section 2-748 of the village ordinances and 8-2-9 of the municipal code. And the appropriation authorization is required by each of those, and it is for a vote today.
Roll call?
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
That motion carries.
Thank you. The next item I'm seeking a motion on is a first read, no action taken, resolution number 23-22, a resolution approving the release of remaining proceeds from the Village of Lynwood Sewer Development Revenue Bond issue dated 10/9/78, and the Village of Lynwood's Water Development Revenue Bond issue date 10/9/1978.
Supported.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Clark. Council?
Yes, so the village issued bonds in 1978. The Chicago Trust Company has been holding the balance, and it has been the administrator and fiduciary of the bond payments. During that time, there is approximately $28,000 that Chicago Trust Company is still holding, and it is disinterested in continuing to act as the fiduciary and has been in communication with the village about the village taking over that responsibility. The village and Chicago Trust have worked out a release agreement whereby Chicago Trust is released from future liability with respect to paying bondholders any remaining payments, and so the money would be distributed to the village, who would then essentially act as the fiduciary moving forward.
Thank you. Roll call?
Eves.
Yes.
Lilly.
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
That motion carries.
Okay, the next item I'll be seeking a motion on is to waive first, second read action taken, resolution number 23-24, a resolution approving and adopting a letter of agreement between the Illinois Fraternal of Police, is that Fraternal Order of Police, should be corrected, and the Village of Lynwood pertaining to lateral hires.
Supported.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Clark. Council?
Yes, under this resolution, which we seek waiving of the first reading because it is a time-sensitive matter, the police union and the village would be entering a letter of agreement whereupon lateral hires have previously received up to 2 years of credit for their experience, and under this letter of agreement, they could receive up to 3 years maximum credit. And it would also apply to certain current employees as well, where they would get additional credit for their terms of service prior to coming to the village. My understanding is that the police union has approved this. There is not a letter of agreement to sign yet. However, the resolution does reserve attorney review for the letter of agreement before it's executed.
Thank you. Roll call?
Eves,
Yes.
Lilly,
Yes.
Dunlap. Yes. Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
That motion carries.
Thank you. The final item I'll be seeking a motion on is to waive first and second read action taken on ordinance number 23-25, an ordinance amending section 102-250 of the Village's Code of Ordinances to modify the current specific designated parking areas on 199th Street and Dewey Avenue.
Supported.
Motion by Lilly, supported by Clark. Counsel?
This ordinance involves a residential area where there have been a lot of complaints close to a local establishment. There are specific designated parking areas already set forth in section 102-250 of the village's code. This ordinance would make further restrictions with respect to those specific designated parking areas in order to hopefully mitigate or eliminate future complaints.
Thank you. Roll call?
Eves,
Yes.
Lilly,
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
That motion carries.
Thank you. That concludes my report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Health and Wellness, Trustee Clark?
Okay, so July, National Awareness Month. We have Alzheimer's and Brain Awareness, National Aphasia Awareness, Juvenile Arthritis Awareness, International Group B Beta Stress Awareness. Group B beta stress is a type of bacteria that naturally exists in the gut, but can cause blindness in children if they're delivered vaginally. National Fragile X Awareness Month, National Cleft and Craniofacial Awareness and Prevention Month, Sarcoma Awareness Month, National Cell Phone Courtesy Month. And some of the weeks include our Major League All-Star Baseball Game Week, Hepatitis Awareness Week, National Therapeutic and Recreation Massage Week, National Parenting of Gifted Children Week. Kudos to all you gifted children. Today is National Simplicity Day. As Henry David Thoreau himself said, as you simplify your life, the laws of the universe will be simpler. So just unplug, unwind, declutter, be silent, because silence is golden. And that is all I have for today. Well, no, I take that back. So we have a save the date calendar that's out there that you guys should come up and get to find out what's going on in the village. And I just wanted to mention that since it's nice outside, you should be getting your bikes out and getting ready for October 14th, the second week of Saturday of October, which is going to be the Glowing Bike Around Lynwood. If you want to sign up, you can go ahead and email me at rclark@thevillageoflynwood.net. That's rclark@thevillageoflynwood.net. Hope to see you guys there. And that's it.
Can I just correct you? It's rclark@villageoflynwood.net, not thevillageoflynwood.
Oh, at villageoflynwood.net.
Yes, ma'am.
Sorry, y'all.
That's all right.
Let's do that again. rclark@villageoflynwood.net.
You got it.
Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. Thank you.
See, she's always in our corner.
Finance, Trustee Eves.
Good evening, everyone. I am seeking approval to, motion to approve bill payment memo 1475. Total cash disbursement is $392,525.33, which includes payroll for the period of June 11th, 2023 through June 24th, 2023, in a total amount of $171,515.77.
Supported.
Motion by Eves, supported by Clark. Roll call.
Eves,
Yes.
Lilly,
Yes.
Dunlap.
Yes.
Blakey.
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
That motion carries.
Madam Mayor, I would also like to inform the residents that the fundraiser Cigar Smoke and Sip that was supposed to take place on July 16th has been canceled due to lack of participation from our graduate students. We had 3 students apply for the scholarship. We have funding for those 3 students. It has really hurt my heart. I wanted and would have liked to have seen more of our students that have graduated. I'm sure we have more than 3 that met the criteria. And, you know, we're trying to give you guys money and help. I wish this was available for our village when my children were coming up, but it wasn't, so here I am, you know, trying to help. Hopefully next year we will have a better turnout than this year, and kudos to those 3 students that did their due diligence and got their applications in on time and did what was required. And that concludes my report.
Thank you, Trustee Eves, and be encouraged. You know, we have come far on this journey. We went from not being able to offer this as a village to being able to offer it.
Absolutely.
And so those 3 individuals are lucky and fortunate, and I'm sure that they will put these dollars to good use for their education.
Yes.
Good job.
So we will now move on to our department reports, starting with police.
Good evening, Madam Mayor.
Good evening.
I want to start by advising that we are accepting applications for lateral police officer. Lateral police officers are just officers that are already certified, full-time certified officers. So if you know someone that's interested, you can either contact me or you can go to theblueline.com for further details. But as mentioned before, we will be updating that site once we get the particulars regarding our lateral movement. Stats over the past 2 weeks are as follows: 16 traffic stops, 2 arrests, 6 guns recovered, 35 business checks, 1 domestic. We had 7 firework calls on the 4th of July and a total of 346 calls for service. On July 5th, officers responded to a gunshot victim on the 2600 block of Glenwood Road. The subject sustained a gunshot wound and survived his injuries. The investigation is still pending, and investigators advise this is an isolated incident. There were also 4 burglaries to businesses that occurred in our area over the past few weeks. The bowling alley was burglarized, which we learned that burglary crews are targeting specific gaming machines. So we do encourage all our residents to call on suspicious vehicles, especially when parked in empty lots at night. Your eyes help us solve crimes as well, right? And then finally, National Night Out is August 1st. This is an event all about building and strengthening community relationships. We also use this event as a back-to-school supply giveaway, so donations of school supplies are needed. K9 Luna will be providing a demonstration as well as the fire department. So please come out and join us August 1st from 5 to 8 p.m. at Liberty Memorial Park. And that concludes my report, Mayor.
Thank you. Move on to fire.
Good evening, Madam Mayor. Stats for the fire department. They responded to 43 ambulance calls, 3 motor vehicle accidents with injuries, 1 fuel spill, 5 assist invalids, 1 service call, 2 smoke investigations, and then 3 malfunctioning fire alarms, giving a total of 58 calls for service, and that ends my report.
Thank you. Public Works Superintendent Garcia.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. July 8th, we had 1 water main break. Our chipping is going out next week, so please have your branches out in front of the parkway so we can grab them. We did send out the lead and copper samples letters to all the residents that were selected by the EPA. Essentially what's going to happen is on July 17th, on Monday, you will get a sample container. On July 18th, early in the morning when you first wake up, we ask that all the residents do take a sample of their water in that container. You tighten it up, and then you just put the time and your signature on the paper that we have given you. Also, we are still working on our restorations, and just, I guess, self-achievement on my end, I currently was elected to join the South Suburban Waterworks Association Board. And that's it for my report.
Thank you and congratulations.
Mayor, one
I'm
question.
sorry.
Superintendent, just one question, just for clarity. All of the residents are not going to receive their cup. It's just a chosen few, correct?
That is correct. Only the select residents through the EPA were given letters. They were given letters last week.
Very good, thank you.
Yep.
Now I can do this because I know these residents in this room and I'm gonna give them a hard time. Can everybody please silence their cell phones? Thank you. All right. Brittany's here today, filling in for the engineer. Well, she is our engineer.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
July 7th, we did start construction on the CDBG rebuild street resurfacing project. That'll continue for the next couple of months. So that concludes my report.
Today I rode around to some of those blocks and had a chance to talk to some of those residents, and they are beyond excited and grateful. So I'm happy we were able to get that started.
Yep, and we're working hand in hand with Public Works. If anything comes up, residents are obviously in contact with Public Works, and then Dan reaches out for us.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you.
No problem.
Mayor, may I ask Brittany or Sam, what streets are you starting with?
Right now, they are taking out curb at all 5 streets. So it's the process starts by scope of work and not necessarily by street. So curb is coming up for all 5 streets, and then they'll start resurfacing at Park. Then the next street is Terrace, Orchard, all the way to Monterey.
All right,
so
thank
it's traveling west to east.
Okay, from Park going east?
Yes.
Okay, thank
And
you.
also 196th Street.
Correct.
From Oakwood Avenue to Burnham.
Okay. That's the first part of the resurfacing of the 2 parts, or some are just this one part?
This is the 2023 project.
Okay,
Yes.
thank you.
All right. Finance, Mrs. Switterick.
Would you like to me?
I think the same group is in the room, so you're okay?
I have no report then.
Okay.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Oh, Madam Mayor, I do want to acknowledge something. So for those of you who are unaware, Ms. Switterick has been with us for what, has it been 2 years? She's been with us for 2 years. And if you were here at the start of the meeting, you heard that the budget that was presented last year came in with a surplus at the end of the year. I believe that that's something that we haven't seen, that the village has not seen in a while. Is that correct?
I had not seen it prior to this administration.
Correct. And so I just want to applaud Ms. Switterick, or Director Switterick, for.
I think for clarity.
Thank you very much for your service, ma'am.
For clarity, trustee, that was a surplus of $326,000.
$1,000, exactly.
Yeah, that's a huge surplus.
Yes, sir.
It's a great job. Thank you very much.
Now, don't go asking her for money because then.
Do not.
No.
She's kind of tough.
Oh, yes. All right. Thank you. Building Department.
Thank you, Madam Mayor. The number of permits issued from June 28th, 2023 to July 11th, 2023 were 42 with a permit total of $75,240.98 with a valuation of $3,121,000. That will be the end of my report, Madam Mayor.
Thank you. Filling in for Dan Boyle tonight is my second new favorite attorney. Anything, Eric?
No report, ma'am.
All right. And filling in for our clerk tonight is Deion Dyson.
Village stickers have expired on May 31st, 2023, and the police department is now issuing tickets. So please, if you don't have your window sticker, go ahead and stop by the village hall and pick that up. The village meeting for Tuesday, July 25th has been canceled.
That concludes your report.
That concludes my report, Madam Mayor.
Good job.
Good job.
Let's give Deion a great big round of applause, please.
You're in the club now.
Right. So I just have a few things. I am asking for a motion to waive first read, second read action taken for resolution number 23-23, a resolution approving the Lynwood Transportation Plan Planning Service proposal of Robinson Engineering. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Supported.
Motion by Dunlap, supported by Clark. Council.
Yes, Robinson is doing a feasibility study for the village. It paid for by the Invest in Cook 2022 grant. Waiver is necessary in order for the grant requirements to be met, and for the village to be in compliance with the grant requirements. There is some urgency to that.
Thank you. Roll call.
Eves,
Yes.
Lilly,
Yes.
Dunlap,
Yes.
Blakey,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
That motion carries. I'm also asking for a motion to approve retaining Peterson, Johnson, and Murray LLC as special counsel for the village regarding the matter of Jones versus the Village of Lynwood. Is there a motion?
Motion.
Supported.
Motion by Dunlap, supported by Eves. Counsel.
Yes, the village has received notice of an attorney lien, which is the precursor to a lawsuit. No lawsuit has been filed, but insurance company has been notified, and it permits the village to select an attorney, in which case the village would like to retain Peterson, Johnson, and Murray, which has familiarity with these types of lawsuits that are threatened.
Thank you. Roll call.
Eves,
Yes.
Lilly,
Yes.
Dunlap,
Yes.
Blakey,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
That motion carries. Thank you, Board. I would also like to offer my condolences to Chandra Price and her family on the passing of her mother, Miss Dorothy. If you were here 2 years ago at the beginning of this administration, we had the pleasure of honoring her mother for her 95th birthday, and we gave her flowers and a sash and made a big deal here in one of our board meetings, and she was ever so grateful, and the Price family has become some of our biggest supporters here in the village of Lynwood. The services are next week, and so I will make sure that I communicate those with this board, but we do offer our condolences to the Price family. I also want to share that I was at a meeting on Thursday with South Suburban College, and unbeknownst to me, South Suburban College has historical walls for all of the municipalities that feed into that college. Every municipality has a wall except for the village of Lynwood. And so they toured me around, we met, we talked about some concepts, and so the village of Lynwood will have a historical wall that will live on in that building for eternity, for as long as that building exists. But what is really neat about our wall is that we will be the first to do something new and modern, and so there will be a grand unveiling. They are going to invite all village residents out, as well as the board and our department heads, and they're going to make it something really special that the village of Lynwood can be proud of. So I will keep you all in the loop as we progress through that process.
And I'd like to mention, what's so special about it is our own mayor graduated.
I am an alum from South Suburban College, so that does make it very special. Definitely. Actually couldn't believe I'd never seen the historical walls before.
Too busy studying.
That's what it is, yes. I was studying. My mom's in the audience, so yes, I was studying. That is all I have. Is there a motion to adjourn?
Motion.
Supported.
Motion by Dunlap, supported by Clark. Roll call.
Eves,
Yes.
Lilly,
Yes.
Dunlap,
Yes.
Blakey,
Yes.
Clark.
Yes.
All right. This meeting is adjourned at 6:36. Thank you all for coming out tonight.
Trustee Blake?
Yes.
The times for